Where's your top four spirit now, Tigers? You fucking came up against something a bit different for the first time this year, eh? And it's called premiership spirit. There's still, don't get me wrong, like you're getting better, but you're shackled to the spoon era still, and you just quite haven't shaken it off. So, a little bit of a humbling moment for you there where you come up against a team with a bit of depth and a bit of grit. Anyway, Thoroughbreds, welcome back to another episode of Penalty Broncos Podcast. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to, coming to you from the Bandwagon Bar. I've got one half. We promise we haven't done anything to Langers. He is alive. If you need proof of life, let us know, but he is alive. He's just moving house. He's got a fair bit going on. I think he had an issue with Bub Friday night, late night, and he's going to Mackay this week for work. So a bit going on with the big fella, but he'll be back. But anyway, we've got the other half of the Ford Pack Online ringer. How you going, mate?
How good is a Sunday night when your little baby Broncos that you had sort of mild hopes about, considering they're playing like the top two Tigers who, been shooting the lights out, it's got to be said, at home. And you come away with the 2 points, mate. You go and beat them down in their sort of patch with your third string fullback, your sixth string hooker, and none of your engine room, like.
And it wasn't a shootout. It wasn't a shootout. It was just
a game.
Yeah,
it was a game. It was a really good game of footy. So happy, mate. Happy getting around. We're just about to start some cattle work here, so we've been doing some sort of odd jobs getting that sort of started. Had a little bit of rain. It's been all over the shop, so can't wait to talk a bit of footy and go and sleep. I can tell you, newborn life.
Yes, fucking love it, but fuck that. You can have that.
Yeah, exactly.
When you've had one and you go back, you're like, oh, this is right. That's
right.
This is what it's like.
Part.
Stuff. I'm jet setting off to Brisbane, Las Vegas tomorrow for work, so I'll be at the Bulldogs game, Thoroughbreds. We might as well get that out. Just keep your eyes peeled on the socials, because I'm thinking the people I'm going with, we're going to meet up somewhere. But when I do get into the stadium, I reckon I'm going to post up a reel on Instagram, it'll be on Facebook. If you can find me in like 15 minutes, and I'll make it very easy, obviously, but come up to me within 15 minutes of me posting it, and I'll give you a hat and some golf balls. I think I've got some golf balls there, so bring them down. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll be keen. Now after I seen today's game, fuck, we could get away with a couple of points here somehow, but you never know. And like, if you haven't checked out our socials, go and have a look at the emotional Brito.
The Brito that was representing us.
Mate, to start the game, I was like you. I was half conceded to, look, probably going to get beaten here. I'd done my little work in the background. I'd tipped the Tigers. I tipped Melbourne.
Done a Gronk.
Yeah, done a Gronk. I tipped Melbourne. We got the win. I tipped Tigers. We've got the win. So I did that. I'm like half conceded. Mind you, Thoroughbreds, I was on undefeated in the tips this weekend up until that point. So, I didn't take it lightly. And then just watching how much grit and determination the boys showed, I was like, fuck, I want this win. Yeah, like it real quick went from, I just want to see effort to, I want them 2 points.
Real bad.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into the game in a little bit. Top of the show, Thoroughbreds, we would like you to subscribe, like, share, whatever you're listening on and whatnot. Make sure you're signed up there. Leave us a voicemail, please. No voicemails still coming through. Would love to hear from the Thoroughbreds. And if you want to come become a sponsor of the show, email us at admin@penaltybroncos.com.au. Email will be in the show description. All right, let's get into a bit of bit of chat. Already ticked off heading to the Bulldogs game, so keep your eyes peeled on the Instagram and Facebook. Grant Anderson has been confirmed to the Warriors, which means it all fell in line pretty quick with the Barnett signing, graphics and all that confirmed and everything. So, mate, I'm pretty shocked that they wanted Anderson so bad. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it seems like a strange one for more outside backs for the Warriors. Like, I think Tuivasa-Sheck's leaving in Nito's Super League or Super Rugby or some bullshit. So,
but they're getting Warbrick.
Yeah, they're getting Warbrick and Anderson. So they've essentially signed 2 Storm outside backs. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It's obviously a hole they feel that they need to fill, because it was definitely an odd pick for them, especially with Wade Egan, and not being, he's not 100% there all the time. Like, he's pretty injury prone. Sam Healy being like a very much a young rookie 9. Like, you'd look at our squad, wouldn't you? And you'd go Hunt, Pakes, Walters, bloody Moser, now this Cam, and even bloody Josh Rogers, who's just stepped up. Like, wouldn't you pick a 9? I don't know. That's one thing I wouldn't understand, and say, like, give us Corey Pakes or Blake Moser, and then you can have Barnett. But anyway, they've obviously know a hell of a lot more about their club than I do, but I thought that was a strange one, yes.
Yeah, I just like, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy for it in a way. Like it Grant played well. He was good when he did play for us, and
yes,
I just found it really weird that he would want to move immediately.
Yeah.
After that, that's only where I'm coming from, I guess. Like, I'm looking at it as if I was Grant. I've just moved from Melbourne to the Broncos. Now not out of my hands, but now this opportunity has just come about out of the blue.
Yeah.
It's a lot of change real quick, sort of thing, and it is New Zealand. It's not, the Gold Coast. It's not another part of Australia.
Exactly.
So anyway, I hope, good on him, and hopefully both parties get the deal that they wanted, with us getting Barnett and them getting Anderson. So,
and the club is going pretty well. So if he's wanted to do it for a while, I suppose it's a good time to go. But it is an odd one, mate. It's an odd choice for them to make for our roster, I believe. Anyway, we get Mitchy Barnett, so who gives a crap?
Yeah, hopefully he kicks off the way that we want him to kick off. That's for sure. Shibba v. Arthur's bit of chat going around during the week that both of them are fighting for a contract here. Look, I am the last person to shit on a player, but the way that Shibba's going lately, I'll take Arthur's at this point. What do you reckon,
mate? There's something desperately wrong with Shibba at the moment, isn't there? I think that was pretty.
I'm worried about him in a personal view.
In a mental,
I think there's something off the field that's going wrong, I reckon.
There has to be something happening. I don't know whether maybe he's sour that he hasn't got the contract that he probably deserves after a year like last year. But then you can't go out there and play like shit and then say you want a better contract either. So Thoroughbred's always asking us to criticize. Well, this is the game, and we'll definitely get into it during our rundown. But I mean, there was times last night where I was thinking, hook him and get Hayes Purnham on there. Until luckily we didn't, because Jesse went down. But it just in the enthusiasm stuff, and like there's especially one play there where I think it was Mariner or Jesse Arthur did, I can't remember which one, done an amazing job to get out in the field of play.
Arthur's,
and then he takes the hit up first up, and I know the line was set, but your job's to get to the ground, and he almost stood further upright when he got to the defense, and they just went, thank you very much. But just little effort shit, like the forward pass where you threw your phone, like I know. I don't know. There's something off with what Shibba's mentality is, because he's just doesn't seem to be concentrating, doesn't seem to be locked in like he was last year, and especially in those effort areas where he was so good. So and hopefully they can sort it out.
I wouldn't really put it down to second year syndrome. He's 6 years into a career.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that that's possible to get second
No.
year syndrome, especially the way that he was going. Like, normally it's more the players that are like Reece Walsh where they do the absolute flashy stuff. Last year he was just trucking nut and making tackles.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
and then hitting his lines. Like, that's what we
yeah.
haven't seen at all this year. He seems to be mistiming. Like, when we
Slater,
go that left edge, it just doesn't look potent
yeah.
where it should be.
Slater picked him to do a job. He didn't
Exactly.
pick him to be flash. He picked him to do a job.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully, I don't know. There was rumors that Arthur was going to go to the Titans, but he wanted to see out the contract with the Broncos. I hope he does stay. I hope he's not too injured as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to a bit on Arthur's as well. Mate, we'll do refereeing,
Oh,
a bit of officiating of the game more, and we probably only touch on this lightly because, who are we to talk about this shit? But Carrigan gets binned and 2 weeks with loading, no HIA. Young, Hudson Young, that is, puts a hit on. There is no bin. There is a HIA, no return, and it's just on report.
yeah.
I
Was there a penalty?
I believe so, but
Okay.
that was it. It was penalty on report, HIA. Old mate didn't come back. I don't give a shit that Carrigan got the weeks that he got. He had loading, would have only been 1 week. Some say it's a good hit, some say it's not. Sure, whatever. It's more the fact that I'm like, well, hang on. What's good for the goose over here is good for the gander over here, sort of thing. Like, and what's weird is I've always said that each ref should ref to their personality.
Yeah.
And that means you're going to get different results in the different games. I get that, but we know that. We know that when you're going down to play, with an Ashley Klein, you're going to get this certain calls. He's going to be like this certain way. And then you go up to old mate Todd Smith that we had on the weekend. You know it's going to be different from Ashley Klein.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do now is make it uniform, and it's not fucking happening.
No.
So that's what's frustrating the fan base even more, is that you can clearly see that was a different call 24 hours before. And the NRL has promised us that they're gonna not do it that way. What are your thoughts there, mate?
Oh, I agree with you. You got to let the refs be refs, mate. I think there's too much pressure on them at the moment because they seem to be looking for reasons to give six agains. It's as if it's as if they've got a doctrine to say we want to speed the game up, so don't let them lay there. But then, what frustrates me is that in the first 30 minutes you can get 8 or 10 bloody six agains, not one of which you can tell what the fuck's wrong with it. And then it comes to the last 20 minutes of a close game, and players are laying in there, they're in the road, they're pulling legs, and there's like no whistle because they don't want to affect the outcome. It's like, you affected the outcome from the start, mate. Like, just stop looking for reasons to give it and just give the ones that are obvious, because we can all see the ones that need to be given. Like, and I understand they want to set a tempo early, but a lot of them, like a lot of seasoned footy fans, are watching this and going, well, what's that for? It says ruck infringement, but why? Was he slow? Because it wasn't really that slow. Was he, what did he do? Or the ones where they say offside inside the 10, put a player up there or something, because no one can see it. And it just seems ridiculous to me that they're just looking for stuff to, they're making a point of trying to find something to penalise instead of, waiting. Oh, this player's been slow for 2 tackles, I'm going to ping him now and say stop. Or you know what I mean? Like, because like you said about referees with personalities. You remember Bill Harrigan used to call out players.
Hated it.
Yeah, well, we hated him, but I mean, in the end of the day, imagine if you could have him again now when you see him. But I mean, he used to, you go watch clips, he'd let a couple of tackles go, even if they were offside and they weren't really involved in the play. But if they were offside like 3 times and they got involved, he'd call it penalty and he'd walk over and he'd say, no, Hodjo used to get called a hell of a lot. no, I called you out 3 times.
Yeah.
It's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it gives them reason, and
like, as weird
take
as it
control.
sounds, take control of the game. This is your
exactly.
game. It's you. Do
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Like, Big Herbie from the UFC. Like, this is my ring. Yours is just in it. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. It's just let them be who they are. Let them officiate the game how they want to, and then like they've got this fucking earpiece in all the time. If they miss something glaring, it'd be quite easy to just say, "Oh, mate, ruck infringement," or "Old mate was 5 meters offside there." Just call. Like, I don't know. It just seems very hard on the referees to have to
Is it
call it as
touchy?
much.
Is it touchy in his ear?
Have to be, yeah.
Yeah, because like even the touchy, like, hey, number 3 over here has been offside for about 3 sets now. I know it's on the other side, but just keep an eye. And then even in a break of play, you could be like, hey, shiver. Touchy reckons you never got back. You never got back once in that whole set. We're just gonna have to ping you soon.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know.
Exactly.
It's fucking tough job.
It is a tough job, but I mean, does the first set of the game last night deserve 3 fucking 6 agains before anyone even knew what the fuck was going on? It just it hurt.
It seems like they ping it at the start to get fatigue into the game, and then once fatigue's in and they're nice and set, then they just go right up it.
Yeah. And then nothing touches. Yeah.
Yeah. But thanks, Melbourne, for fucking the 6 agains. Legends.
Exactly.
They've definitely eradicated that sort of behaviour. Fucking Melbourne can't win a trick at the moment in the ruck.
Oh, poor
but
other topic. Fucking shocker.
Other topic, Hunt to the Rabbitohs, real quick, came up before on my little screen. Fletch was talking about it with Scope on SEN. Apparently, Wayne Bennett is waving his little magic wand, wants to get Hunt down there as a 7 as well, not as a 9 or a utility, as a full-blown 7. I mean, I don't know what the club is prepared to offer him for next year. I know it's an extension. He hasn't got the contract for next year. So it will be weird to see what he wants to do. But I'm okay with him going either way. What about you, mate?
Yeah, this could be the management just throwing out a good story to try and get the Broncos to bite for a re-sign. But because it seems weird, they've got a couple of pretty decent young halves down there in Jamie Humphries, and I can't remember the other boy's name. I'm sorry, whoever you are, but he started the year when Humphries was out. Like, I don't think that's their issue, and he's not going to go down there to replace Walker. And Mamazoulis and Brandon Smith pretty good little hookers. So I don't know. I'm starting to think that might be a management ploy to say, "Oh, Wayne wants him. He took pain, so maybe you better lock him down." Like,
true.
Then so I don't know. It'd be a funny one for Ben, but if he wants to go down and rejoin with Wayne, good on him. Like, I can't. Looking at the stocks that we have getting around, we can't hold on to all these old fellas. We've got to cut the cord, I think.
Yeah, we're going to lose potentially both at the end. Plus, then we get Barnett back in to fill one spot, so that's all good.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, that's just a little bit of, let us know, Thoroughbreds, what you think of any of that. Now, big, massive thing that's just happened. We took us so long last year to get this, and then round 7, we've finally conquered it. The Bronco bet came off. Hey, what do you know? And Matt Duffy was 1 leg, which is fucking wild if you had to ask me in preseason. But so for those of you who don't know, on Thursdays we drop our best bets, each member, so Gronk included, picks what they think 1 leg would definitely hit over the weekend. We put them all on as singles in our own in the chat, and then we combine it for a Bronco bet. We have to put a minimum of $2 on it, or whatever gets us $100 return. So we got it, and it's exactly $100. So what we would like to happen in the future is that people would follow the legs or their favorite leg. They would put their bet slip in the chat, in the comments of the reel or whatever we post up. And then on this podcast, if it does hit over the weekend, we would go through, we would put everyone's name in a hat, spin the wheel sort of deal. Your name would come up. We'd announce it on the podcast, and then we'd get back to you and you'd win like a $50 gift card. And we pocket 50 and you get 50 sort of thing. But nobody follows it, and we understand why, because why would you?
We don't
Fucking,
hit.
we don't hit. Well, Gronk's on a bit of a heater. He's 4 weeks in a row now. So anyway, like it's gambling, and we do it for fun, not for the rent sort of things. But what we're thinking, because this is our 70th episode, we're going to do a $70 fuel card giveaway out of that $100 profit. All you have to do is comment on this YouTube episode. Make sure you're a subscriber, and don't get me wrong, you're going to have to deal with others, because I'm going to drop this tomorrow when it actually gets dropped, and there'll be a reel getting around telling people to come over, comment, make sure they subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I don't know if we do the announcement midweek or if we do it on the next episode, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, $70 fuel card. And I mean, fuel at the moment is fucking gold.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be probably 2 or 3 litres, so that's good.
Yeah.
Need that extra.
You'll be able to mow the lawn next weekend, courtesy of Penalty Broncos. So yeah, make sure you comment if you're listening right now. Make sure you're a subscriber. You can say anything. Call us fuckwits. Call us weak-gutted dogs. Do whatever. We just want your comment. But yeah. All right, we will get into this game review. A little bit different this week. We're trying something new. We're going to focus on 20-minute intervals. Still run through essentially play-by-play, but we'll just have a more of a, instead of someone just reading the run sheet, we're just going to try and have more of a conversation piece. We took on the Tigers at Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Now, we are undefeated at the stadium since 1992, but we have never been beaten by the Tigers at this stadium, ever. So it's a pretty impressive record. Saturday was a 7:35 kickoff. Capacity of the stadium is 17,500. There was 17,316, 98.9% capacity.
Great effort.
It was heaving over the broadcast. Definitely at the start, not so much towards the end. And then whenever the ref got a call that they thought was wrong.
Yes.
First half, 14-18, bit of a points, if you took the overs, you'd be like, okay, I love this. This is good. And then the second half rolled around, ended up being 6-3 in favour of the Tigers, but it was not enough to get them over the line. Full time, 20-21 for a famous victory by the Brisbane Broncos. And it's just one of those games where, again, we were behind on every stat. We did deserve the win, but if you looked at the stats, you wouldn't have thought we were winning or getting close.
Yes. If you showed me the stats and the team sheets and said, what's the score?
Yeah.
You would have said 30-8 or something.
Yeah. Especially the missed tackles.
Yes,
and the ineffectives was pretty gross as well. But no, we got the 2 points, and I like going back to the start of the podcast where I was teasing the Tigers about their shackle to the spoon era. Like, mate, it was all good at the end of last year where we were coming from behind, but we had finals footy in our brain, right? We were trying to get grand final. We got that feeling of winning the grand final the way that we did. We got that. This is a different feeling because there's nothing to play for right now. Yeah. We could roll over. We could wait for our troops to bloody come back, and then we could say, we've got an excuse. Yeah. But no, we're circling the wagons. We're getting the band back. We're getting next man up mentality and just hook it in. Like, I reckon, honestly, they were filthy that the Cows got the 2 points off them last week. I don't think that settled too well. And I'm very keen to see how we go up against the Bulldogs, despite the injuries that we gain. But anyway, we'll get into this. We'll get into the chat. So possession, 54% to 46%. And now, obviously, when I say these stats, it's the home team first, so Tigers and then us. Completion rate was 74% to 76%. So not great by either team by any means, but they had 32 sets out of 43 completed. We had 30 out of 39. Average set meters, 43.43. That's pretty good from the Tigers. Ours was 38.12. Not really getting any sort of movement forward there. Tackle efficiency to the Tigers, and we were at an amazing 91.43%.
Huge.
They made 320, we made 355. They missed 25, we missed 32. They only had 5 ineffective. We had 27 ineffective.
Yeah. That scramble is fucking hot. Huh?
That's ridiculous. Like, good luck for those who wait for the stats to drop every week, because we are not moving off a first in ineffective tackles. My Lord, we are cementing that position, if anything. So errors, 17 to 11. First game in a while that we've won the error count.
Yep.
Penalty, 4 to 2. So again, no penalty Broncos. Ruck infringements was 3 to 5. Inside 10 meters, 0. You're going to tell me 80 minutes the Tigers were onside every time?
Not once when we were attacking the line with the offside.
Yeah. We had 3. They had 1 on report. I actually haven't checked to see how that... I highly doubt that he's even on the charge sheet, to be fair, once I looked at it, but we'll have a look at it. It's that Patrick Herbert. On report for us.
2 on report.
Should have been. Simmons, thankfully, this game. Kick defusals, though. 75% Tigers, 44% to us. And, like, I don't know, Arthur's, like, unless the calf injury was sort of punching him because he couldn't get up for it, maybe. But 44%, like, fucking hell, like, I just want to see that. It's like you with the completion rate wanting it to be over 80. I want like 80 in the kick 60? Defusal. Yeah.
No, you're right. But it's our entire back three look pretty uncomfortable under the high ball, to be fair. Like,
yeah.
Like Karapani's probably the best so far, but I mean, yeah, they take, like, they go hard at it. You got to give them that. Like, they don't fuck around. So
can clean up a grubber, but
yeah, exactly.
Offloads was 17 to 4. Play the ball speed was 3. Yeah, huge. 3.48 seconds to 3.55 seconds, which is okay, which is good. They used 8, and old Slippery Madge just 7 out of 8 interchange. It always got that one up his sleeve, eh? Always. Thankfully, no HIAs for either team on that one, so that was good. Todd Smith, as mentioned before, was our referee. We did kick off in the first half, and we'll get straight into it. So, first of all, the new away jerseys. Thoughts on that, Ringer?
Yeah, I really like them, but the only thing I would like to add is I hate when we go away completely from the maroon and yellow.
Yeah. Yep.
I want a little maroon and yellow banding around the sleeves and around the bottom or around the collar. There's got to be maroon on there somewhere, because it just doesn't look like a Broncos jersey. Because even the one that they were replicating had the maroon up the sides, like up under the arms, and the yellow and whatnot. But it was still a fire fucking jersey. Like, I love the simplicity of the straight color with the stripes. Like, I reckon that slaps. So just a couple little tweaks there, and I would have been real happy, because straight away I got 2 messages from family going, "What the fuck are these jerseys that the Broncos are wearing? Why are they all blue?" Like, oh god, it's a takeoff of the bloody 2006 away
Cyril
jersey.
Connell.
Calm down,
just
calm down.
Yep.
Oh, it's shit. It's like, is it though? Like, you just don't like the color.
Yeah. I had
but
one.
I had to agree. I just want that little bit of, like, no matter what we do, I like them either bit of maroon or yellow on there somewhere, just to sort of contrast it.
I got a comment saying that it was too close to New South Wales colours. I was
Jesus.
like, that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. It's blue. It's in the same.
You're right.
It's in the same vein of blue, but it's sort of up here, and There's a lot of blue in between.
Tell you what, though, the logo is absolutely grown on me.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
I'm sorry, whoever's still
Sorry.
hating on it. I'm fucking
Yeah.
sold. I wasn't exactly off it at the start, but I was like, that's a bit. Can we
Like,
do better like that? I could do better than that.
we're
Yeah,
gonna be looking at this in 20 years and going, oh, that's fucking sick. But
yeah.
that one's fucking. It still slaps.
We're gonna be like, oh, look at that heritage jersey.
Yeah,
That sort of
exactly.
shit.
Yuck.
All right. It was very set for set to start off.
Yep.
The game. There was six agains and there was whatever, but we punched on a bit. The stadium was buzzing. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Tiana Penatani Gray on the sideline there for Fox. Did an amazing job.
I thought she was good.
I'll have to say, and the reason, not the full reason, but most reasons why I'm giving her a bit of a pump up is because there is a certain figure in the socials who was a bit sour about the fact that she's not on the sideline. And if she put as much effort into whinging about the fact that she's not there anymore into her actual career, she'd probably be a fucking millionaire by now. But Tiana, just a breath of fresh air. I love it. I reckon it's great. She actually speaks really well. And I like it. So good stuff. I hope that she keeps doing that for sure.
Shit, yeah.
First six again to the Tigers in the second minute. In that fresh set, they spread it from our right to the left-hand side. We were compressed. I replayed it a few times. We were compressed, and it's like, I won't blame it entirely on Mam and Shiva, but it's like they took us by surprise that they shifted it so far so early.
Yeah.
I think it was like third tackle or something like that, second tackle. Shiba has tried to come out and shut down Buller, and he's just tipped it on. And then poor old Karapani's got, what's old mate, the centre? Herbert and Suni on the other side, like just absolute speedsters for him to contend with. He gets burnt, covering tackle. I think Piakura's in there and Arthur's and whatnot. And we end up shutting it down. But danger signs early for that left edge, unfortunately. Six again from that because there was an offside on the Taruba tackle on the cover. 5 tackles later, another six again for being offside. Just bang, bang, bang. Tigers tried to crash over with Fanua Bole, held up short. Then they get a 5th tackle. Arthur's had the bat at dead. I think you noted at this point as well in the chat, Rogers was physical, involved.
In the middle.
So funny for 7 News just did an article before we came on, and they called him Jason Rogers.
God.
Like, oh, mate, do your research.
Not our boy.
Yeah, not our boy. Short dropout, steamed backwards from the Tigers, knocked on by Mam, so they get another set. Ball ends up with Buller on our right edge, who is manhandled by Stags.
Yeah.
Broncos force an error on the second tackle. I think May knocks it on or something like that. So we turn the Tigers away there. Absolutely. And that's where the grit started to come through. And you're like, fuck, like, you start to get a little bit worked up, thoroughbreds. Like, we can take it to these, they should have scored on that set. Yeah. On the first set, they should have scored, but they got the 6 again, I think. Off the scrum, Mariner makes an error. Captain's challenge. Shows Macassini played the ball. Challenge successful, so good call there, Mariner. Brandy commenting, and of course we've got Brandy.
Brandy, we love Brandy. Friday, Saturday, Thursday, we get Brandy.
Yeah, we get Brandy.
Loves shitting on the Broncos.
Although this would be a tough one for him because I don't think he particularly likes the Tigers either.
No, he hates
being from down in there. But he said, play it in real speed. And I said, I called it in real speed, Brandy. You need to calm down. 9th minute cheeky stat. The possession is a horrifying 79% to 21%. The Tigers have had 85% of the territory to 15% to the Broncos. And obviously with all that bull, like any team should, they came up with a try. Taylor May, who will most likely be coming into my Supercoach team for an injured Karaz this week. He crosses in the 9th minute. Dewey puts a bomb up at the end of a set. Samuela Fainu contests the catch with Arthurs, wins it, and offloads to May, who strolls over the cross. Dewey converts, score is 6-0. Thoughts on that try, mate?
Yeah, it was sort of coming, wasn't it? But I was proud of how the way we sort of turned them away.
Yeah.
For so long, and then for their first try to come off a kick, it's like,
Yeah.
it's a lot better than conceding with them running through your defense. It was. I didn't like the fact that we sort of let a second row get that. We didn't create much of a protection for Jesse here, but Jesse had a pretty clean catch. He just got out competed, and then obviously the ball got out to Talon. But I'm not. I'm worried just because before this game, even I was worried about how are we going to be able to, fill the gaps that we already have, and we already not only do we have to fill the gaps, we already have issues in defence. So like I thought. So I was worried, but I'm 9 minutes in and they've had all the ball. You score off a kick. It's like not the worst. So I'm I was so happy with our defence early on there. Like what our left side doesn't have, our right side has in spades, which is Katoni has just been owning opposition centres all year. And once again, Talon May is no slouch, and he did not get around him once. Didn't bump off him, didn't break a tackle. So
yeah. No, I love that. Set after those points, Broncos D up, Tigers make 44 metres, and they have to kick it from their 40-metre line. So I thought that was pretty good, showing a bit of steel there. Commentary saying Broncos have had so little ball that Jensen and Haas are yet to have a carry.
Yeah, that was wild. I heard that.
It's absolutely insane. And I started to think, shit, like, are they fatigued now? Like, are they gonna?
Yeah.
But thankfully, it seemed to be everybody was putting their hand up to have a run. Reno goes and puts the ball down cold on the halfway line, and a little bit of an alarm bell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, is this how this fucking night's gonna go?
Yeah, exactly.
They're just gonna camp down our end. When we're gonna get opportunities, we're gonna botch it, and then we're just gonna be our own worst enemy, and we're gonna look back and be like, if we had just held it here, and here, maybe we could have been competitive, sort of things.
Yeah.
But anyway,
especially from one of our senior players too. This stuff hurts.
Yeah. And no Reese. So we normally leave that to Reese.
All the Reese haters can bloody go away. He hasn't dropped the ball for a couple of weeks
now. Rogers is beating the clock with tackles at this point. 6 agains are ringing out. Set ends with the crossfield kick that is bumped over the sideline by the Tigers. Well-handled defensive set, I wrote there.
Yep.
Fox Lab stat. And now this did make an alarm bell ring. Tigers are 62-0 in the 10 minutes before halftime, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So you can see why I was sort of and ahhing. Then
panicking.
Payne goes and misses a fucking tackle, so we've had an Adam Reynolds drop ball. Jesse's getting out jumped. We've got Payne missing tackles. Oh shit! Like, I'm getting worried for the lads.
The Ducks are lining up for a flogging here.
Terra May runs back into the area behind the markers, makes a line break. Haas initially missed him, but he mows him down. Mr. fucking Gilmore's jacket style.
Yeah.
That's two just big men running down the field, eh?
Yeah. Imagine being Arthur's watching that thinking, what if I get in between these motherfuckers? Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Scrappy play by the Tigers on the 5th set. Sees Talamay put a kick through. Fanu tackles Arthurs in the goal for another forced dropout.
Yeah.
Another little bit of solace for me was when they were getting down there, they were struggling for what the fuck do we do? Like, we're running our shape.
And also, Finu was about 3 meters offside for this tackle, but no one went and looked at it again. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I know Man was calling for a head high, but it was cleared, like, in the replay. Yeah. It was pretty good take, but Arthur's getting manhandled a few times in this game.
Poor bugger. It just gets hammered.
And, like, again, we'll get to it and we'll talk about it. It just pisses you off. And you can see how much effort, like he's getting banged up, but he just keeps turning up to sort of have a go.
Exactly.
So, Shibba is ping. Now, this one I will have a fucking whinge about, and it's not Shibba. Shibba is ping for catching the ball off the dropout before it breaks the plane.
Oh,
Todd Smith, I understand that you were on the 10-meter line looking at that. That is
ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
He went up before the 10-meter line. He caught it on the 10-meter line, peak of the jump, and then came down after the 10. I'm sorry. I think that was a fucking rough call.
It was like, and this is what I mean about looking for reasons to, like, no one on the planet would have said anything if they just would have said play on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was that much in it, literally. Must have been, because, like you
Had
said,
to have been.
Like, by the time he hit the ground, he was like meters over the 10-meter line. So anyway, whatever. We go again.
Now, the Tigers took the 2 from that penalty, which I put down.
Loved.
That was their, I loved it, but I reckon that was their first error. And probably did our lads the mental edge where they're like, they don't know what to do. Like they're a bit lost. So
we've
good
had
stuff for that.
Like 2 sets in this entire game. They've had all the ball and we've made them kick for 2. It's like, well, okay. I thought it was it was obviously a nod to the defense, and I was really happy with it. I was like, okay, these fellas are a bit lost here. They need to go and regroup.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks to Moses, Reynolds gets this is Mitch Moses, by the way. He gets the cold shoulder of the ref. He's just asking for a bit of an explanation, and old Todd just turned around and says, look, I've explained it, go away. I was like, righto, mate, calm down. But
he is the captain.
yeah, that's it. So anyway, but we all know why that's there now. They did say on commentary that they did come out and say that the refs are going to tell you to bugger off more than not now. So the set after those points, the Tigers get to halfway. They try and head down the Broncos' right edge, ending up with a Talon May being put in a touch. Initial contact was with Staggs, and Mariner finished it off. I was worried that Mariner might have got a bit too enthusiastic and hit him in the head, but showed it was pretty good. Talon got straight up, played on. Staggs and Mariner they seem to be begging May and Macassini to just take on the sideline. Just please take on the sideline, sort of thing. And then
and it was pretty greasy, Like every time, that ground was a bit slippery there, so they just showed them the outside. They were so confident in their speed, which was and they move so well together, don't they? They keep their distances perfect, and then they just follow, and then Katoni just does not miss that slip tackle where he shows him the outside, and he just gets him by the hips and drags him down.
He loves it, He loves it.
It's his signature tackle, and it gives everyone so much confidence. It gives these winger, like Mariner's just got to stay on his man, and then
that's it.
Way easier.
I dead set reckon that Mariner thinks that unless that player touches him, he doesn't have to worry about him, sort of thing. Like just plant himself in front of him, and then Staggs will do the rest. So as he slides out. So, and we all know Mariner's got wheels, so he's got his man beat for speed most times anyway. No interchanges in that set of 20, and we move on to the second 20 minutes of the first half. In the 21st minute, there's a bit of a cheeky stat comes up. Tackled in the opposition red zone, Tigers have been tackled 19 times to our 0. And, of course, they got the points from the penalty, so now it is 8-0, which is wild. We get a 6 again. Hey because we actually got the ball. Patrick Herbert placed on report for what looked like a chicken wing tackle on Brendan Piacora, who let Patrick know that he was not impressed with that, which he had every right to do because it was a bit of a shit. Yeah. I thought it was a bit rough that he only got a talking to, but that set then starts on the 32-meter mark, and we take full advantage. Willison gets a good run. Now, Appy hits him low, but falls off pretty much immediately. Like, Appy, I think, tried to lift. And when he maybe went to lift, he went shit and then let him go, I think. And like, forces and stuff, they ended up on the ground. Some are saying that Dewey put his hand on him, and so that constitutes a tackle. I think Willison was just that quick to bounce up that he might have got a hand to him, but that ball holding arm was off the ground and back up again. So
Yeah.
play on, gets it to Mam, and Mam just slings it out to Karapani, who, mind you, that all happened that quick. The fact that Karapani hit that ball at the speed that he did hit that at was amazing. Like, good job, everyone in that role for that one. Karapani crosses in the left corner. Renault just, we're going to miss his boot. I can tell you that right now. Converts. Now it's 8-6. Mate, thoughts on that try?
Yeah, well, Brandy all about this show it in fast motion when Mariner got stripped of the ball. Like, show that Willison part in fast motion. Like, in full speed, he slides, hits the ground, stands up. Like, if he runs over someone else and scores a try, would you take it off him? Like, that's what you got to sort of measure it against, don't you? So,
yeah,
the Gronk was adamant that it was a tackle, and I just couldn't see it. But then what happened after was what was more important was that Ezra is finding that right pass at right time to stuff, cutting out Shibba. Maybe cutting out Shibba for a reason because he knows he's not fucking on the same planet. But I mean, it was the right ball, and like I said, Karapani hit it full tilt and gets it down in the corner. It was a ripper.
Whatever chance anyone had of getting to Karapani was taken out of their hands with that pass. So good job there. Katoni talking to the medical staff on the sideline. This must have been where he did that ligament. Tiana later on saying that he'd have got some pain relief, but he was still talking out there, so it didn't look like he was going to come off. Mate, I've just checked the judiciary charge sheet. Piakura's on there for a crusher tackle.
Jesus.
Grade 1.
No.
Crusher tackle. Second offence too, so he's looking at $3,000 or two matches.
What? No.
They'll just surely they just early guilty plea that.
Early guilty, take the fine and
take that fine.
Later on.
Patrick Herbert is on there still. He's a grade 1 first offence. It'll be a $1,000 fine for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't even know where he would have.
No, I didn't see that.
That might have been the Buller one. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that, I think. Okay, so the set after the points that we scored, and a set coming out from the Broncos try line. Kicks from inside the 40-metre line, aims for a 40-20, but the ball goes out on the full. Yeah. Buller was absolutely on his bike as well. Was never going to get there. But I'm really happy that Mam is attempting to do this because if we get everyone fit, right, and let's say our best team has a Billy Walters, an Adam Reynolds, Ezra Mam, and a Reece Walsh, we have players. Ben Hunt, sorry. We have 5 players that can kick a 40-20, which potent, absolutely potent.
It was close too. Like it mirrors almost. I looked at it like when Duffy done it last week against the Cows. Like it's just it's so close to perfection, and like the payoff. We get the ball back and we sort of on a roll, and but I mean you got to go for it, don't you? Like I think
it's there. It's
there.
It's there for a reason. It's there for if your skill is up to it, then you reap the rewards. And if you don't, well, then the team's got to back you. And we seem to have the defense at the moment to just back them to attempt it. So, but the Tigers get an attacking set, obviously 40 out there. That set ends with the Tigers grubber that is too heavy. 7 tackles set to us. We go 80 meters down the field. That includes the kick. And we actually regather that kick and get tackled with it, hand over. They got to come out. I think they were like 10 meters or something.
Yep.
Then they get a lot of ball and are applying pressure constantly. A Terrell May mistake gives the Broncos a scrum feed and a slight pressure relief just off of our line. On the 28th minute, cheeky stat there, tackled in the opposition red zone. It is now 23-2, and that would have been Willett. No, there was somebody else. I think Willison was one of them, and then the tackle where we regathered that kick was the other one. It's the only times we've been down there. So, Payne cops a rough tackle from Royce Hunt. Visibly hurt. In true Payne form, he attempts to walk it off. Is very aware, and obviously they have Luai out there, and send traffic at him on just about nearly every set that they've got going on. 31st minute, cheeky little stat there, run meters. We're looking at 650 meters to the Tigers, 361 to us, and that leads us to the Jareem Buller try. Inside the final 10 minutes, as the Fox Sport Lab has alerted us to, it was tough watching Payne try to stop this. So they sent traffic straight at him. Thoroughbreds, I think it was Terrell who got in there. Piakura did try to help him, just no good. Got the pass off. Dewey made a line break, held the ball up, off the Buller. That's all she wrote. See you later. Dewey converts that. 14-6 now is the score. Left edge concedes again. What's your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, Payne an absolute, he's a warrior, but I mean, someone's got to save him from himself, don't they?
Yeah.
After that tackle where Reece Hunt should have been nearly sent off, like the sin bin, you can't dive at people's knees, can you? I thought they took the cannonball out of the game. But anyway, big useless bastard fucking plays 10 minutes a week and he took out the best prop in the game. But anyway, I was sour on it. I was really sour. I was calling for the heads and necks and shoulders and knees and toes to get him off the field. But anyway, I think we should have just taken him off and saved him from himself. Got Tulty on there and we probably stopped this. But in saying that too, Piakura's effort here wasn't great.
Yeah.
He could have been gassed, but I mean, he needs to, it's all well and good to go up and try and jam people all the time, but he's got to make these tackles. He's on the weak edge. He needs to start standing up and being the second row we all know he can be. But yeah, it was pretty good play from the Tigers, to be fair.
Yeah.
They have this in them. Dewey looking good. Oh my God, hasn't he turned the clock back? His knees are no doubt just about to explode again sometime this year. That's just what happens to the poor bastard. But he looks good, and then Buller, he's going to be a freak.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on the Buller train just yet. I've got Dewey in my super coach. Gee, when it comes to sevens, when it comes to sevens, he's doing all right, and I'm just waiting for the inevitable explosion, and then I'll go on to somebody else, I guess. But,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he's doing all right. So anyway, concede a few points. Immediately they pull Payne off. Tulty was already out on the field too. So Jack Goz comes on for him. I shit bricks, and you calm me down in the chat. You said in the middle though, which is a lot different to playing out on the edge.
Yeah.
So and we'll have a look at the stats later on, and he did do all right, which was good. So the set after those points, Tigers make 45 meters, get to their kick. Shibby gets his shit rocked by Taylor May, trying to take it, and just again, bro, just upright again, and Taylor he was busy with somebody else, and Taylor's like, "I'll break those ribs, lad." Smacked him. Arthur's really not comfy under the high ball. Pulls up sore after a contest there. Not sure when he does the calf, which play it was, but it was definitely, he was feeling it now. Bang! Straight into a Dean Mariner try. That was just, I love the Broncos put up a comparison for the 2002 baby Broncos, I think it was, They put a kick across for the right winger as well in this one, and that scored. And Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Not many people would remember that Steve Irwin played for the Brisbane Broncos in number 1. But yeah, he was there, and it was very eerily similar, the same with this one. So Mam puts Piakura through a hole. Brendan also running hard. Don't take that off him. Offloads a Shiver, who steals a few more meters, which was good. He died with the ball, didn't try anything shifty, got up, played it.
That too, yes.
Yep. Absolute shithouse pass from Mam. But it didn't matter. Reynolds grabbed it. Yeah, Reynolds grabs it, looks up, bang, puts it on an absolute fucking string. Hits Mariner on the chest, and he strolls over for a 4-pointer, which then Reynolds goes and converts. Now, Mariner was on Channel 9 talking to Joey, the 8th, and he actually said that play was called prior to the line break. When they got the 6 again, they called that. And what was supposed to happen is there was supposed to be a second rower, and the center was supposed to run certain lines to get the defense engaged to pull off Mariner, and then he would sweep around with Arthurs, and they'd pull that play off. But everyone must have sort of stopped, I guess, when the ball went to ground, and it just all fell into place. He didn't need the running players and whatnot. So, thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, I think Dean let a bit too much of the cat out of the bag when he was talking to the 8th. I was like, hey, Mariner, because he even was saying like how he hides behind the center, and at the last minute he just beelines for the sideline and takes off. It's like, hey, Dean, what the fuck, bro?
Letting out trade secrets here, mate.
Yeah, I know. He got overawed by the 8th, I think. Just started dropping secrets. But anyway, it was great. Like, this is the reason why I'll never put up with the people carrying on about Reynolds. Oh, he's too old. He gets injured all the time. And all this bullshit. It's like, we have been absolutely pumped in this fucking game. And name another half at the moment. Like, Cleary doesn't do this shit. Like,
Galvin doesn't do it.
No one does it. Like, this is literally an Adam Reynolds play where he looks up. They've obviously seen it the set before, where that same set, but earlier. Like, they know it's happening, and he puts it on an absolute pinhead. And Mariner does the rest. Great athleticism, great. Like, it just was a great try. Great rugby league heads-up try.
Pulled their pants down.
It did, and it made it, like, I think it give us a lot more benefit going later into the game too, because they couldn't bloody just keep compressing and jamming us like they were. They knew, shit, this could happen again. So it's a great play, and it's not used enough by enough teams, and it's an absolute Adam Reynolds special, and that's why we have him, and that's why we love him here at Penalty Broncos.
Yeah, 100%. I just think that, and even myself watching it as a Broncos fan, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine.
Lockyer sort of shit.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine what the Tigers players were thinking. I can't imagine what their fans live were thinking. They just went, 1 minute they're defending. Yeah, it's all good. Next minute, there's a try. They're like, what?
What the fuck? We should be winning by 20 here.
Yeah. So, good stuff. Like I said, the score is 14-10. Set after those points, Broncos make it to the 50-meter line. They try to spin it to Josiah. Patrick Herbert gets a hand to it, knocks it down. That would have been interesting if that pass came off, for sure. Fresh set on the 50. And then we get a set restart on the second tackle of that fresh set.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is...
Praise our thoroughbreds. Widow is about to complete.
Ben Tolte. Ben motherfucking Tolte. We have had 39% of the ball, and we do not deserve to be in this position. But because of the players that we have in our stable, Ben Tolte running a hard line back inside, Reynolds, who feeds him the pill for him to crash over, takes it one-handed, deals with the defenders with the other hand, and then just plants it down. Sir Thickness salutes. shout out to the Instagram page that I found during the week as well, the Ben Tolte Glazer. And it's literally if you love Ben Tolte, go and give him a follow because it's the best content. Absolutely ridiculous sort of stuff. Reynolds converts. The score is 14-18. Full siren goes. We are leading with 39% of the ball somehow at a packed Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Like, when we were made aware that we were signing Tolte from the New South Wales Cup last year, from the Bears, out of the Melbourne Storm system, I went and did my research, and it took me 30 seconds of the first highlight reel to fall in love with this man. Like, I've wanted for ages, and this is nothing on Ricky and Piakura, because Piakura will snap you in half in a tackle, and Ricky is just a machine sort of thing, and he's pretty Ricky, looks good. But I've wanted someone like a Britton Nakora second rower at the Broncos for quite a while now, and just seeing the way that Tolte runs the ball and hits a hole and just fights for it in the cup, I was like, if he can bring a bit of that to our team and do it, and maybe that's why Madge wants him. Oh my God. What are your thoughts on that try, mate?
Like, we've been Ben Tolte fans since he fucking turned up. Just being like work ethic. He doesn't make mistakes, and he runs hard, and he definitely hits those lines. And
he
it was
smells
nice
good.
of you. He smells really good. Yeah. And it was really nice of you to give your burner account a little plug there, mate. The Ben Tolte Glazer. But yeah, I agree. He is like, I'm putting anytime try scorer for Ben Tolte from now until the end of the season every week, because he's always paying about $8, and he seems to get over a hell of a lot for a bench fucking prop.
He was paying $7 in this game.
There you go. Like, that's a hell of a lot for a bench prop, and you know the odds are pretty good. But he does find the line pretty often, just because he is hitting it at pace. Even and I think the thing that we like most about him is that this happens all the way upfield. It doesn't just he doesn't just pull this shit on when he gets close to the try line. If you watch him play, he is always looking for chinks in the armor in behind the ruck. He's screaming onto the ball, pokes his nose through, usually gets a good play of the ball. So it's no surprise. Like, honestly, there has to be, especially Melbourne. He is the most Melbourne player that was in a Melbourne system to not be playing for Melbourne I've ever seen. But I mean, there's got to be so many clubs that have been watching this bloke playing reserve grade for the North Sydney, A grade, but I mean, New South Wales Cup for the Bears, that should have had this bloke playing in their top
The
team.
Knights had him. Like, he played trial games for the Knights and the Storm.
You tell me he doesn't just walk into a Knights jersey. Anyway, I don't care, because I'm glad we got him and he got a forever home here. I don't care. But great try. And to get, mate, going into halftime in the lead, the stadium is dead silent. When he scored that try, it sounded like a fucking graveyard. It was so good. And he's just screaming. The big fella was pumped too, so really enjoyed it.
It reminds me a bit like the Hulk, mate.
Yeah.
I got to do some AI stuff and turn him a bit green, I reckon.
Yeah. The cologne salesman turns into a fucking beast.
First half, I've got a couple of stats here. Obviously, 14-18. I've written, fuck, we are potent. Both times we found ourselves in an attacking position and we have converted. And not only going up in fours, we're going up in sixes, thanks to Renault, which I've written there as well. His boots made of gold. Keep us in the game. Shibber is getting found out, same as Mam. It can't be, it's not a secret. So us saying this isn't really us criticizing it at all. Teams have identified that is our weak edge, and they are on purpose deliberately going down that side and having luck every single game. I don't know what the answer is. Whatever's going on because Mam misses some tackles, but he is still good in attack. He can still kick. he can still find his way around. Shibba seems lost in defense and attack.
Yeah.
And I just hope the lad isn't going through something bad in his personal life. I kind of hope it is that, because then we can fix it. But at the same time, I hope it's not that. So anyway, whatever. And I've written grit and determination. Came into this game half conceding, like I said at the start, but seeing the effort, I want that win now. And the fact that we're in the lead going into the sheds, burns. What are your thoughts, mate?
Mate, and I'm sort of with you I'm definitely with you with Shibba, right? Because Shibba, but I'm starting to think that the whole Ezra bad defense stuff is because of what's outside of him. The indecision, because the only reason I say that is I want the Thoroughbreds to go back and look at the Dolphins game, right? Where the Dolphins have one of the most potent attacking teams in the comp. Like they nearly pulled the Panthers' pants down this week, right? This is the week that we had Mariner and Stags in the centres with Grant Anderson and Josiah. We looked 10 times better on that left edge. And Ezra's still defending there. You know what I mean? So is it because that he's so unsure of what's outside him that, like, because when you look at the tries that beat him on the inside, is he half a step too far out because he's not trusting Shibba? I don't know. It's just something that crossed my mind as we're going through this game, is Ezra's faults because of what he's seeing with Shibba, or is it both of them? But yeah, the teams have definitely identified that edge. You'd be stupid not to. But it's going to be interesting when we get all the troops back to see what Madge does there. But mate, at the end of the day, our cover must be great because we're going in 4 points up at half time. It's like, okay.
What do you what do you do? You can't.
Yeah.
Anyway, quick stats here. Half time, I've written down. So Shibba, Karapani, Willison all have 8 runs for the most of the team. Willison with 86, just starting his huge night off. Post contact meters is Shibba with 37. Line breaks, Shibba, Karapani, Tolti all have 1 each. Both teams have 2 interchanges completed.
Yep.
The completion rate at the moment is 86% to 82%. Tackle breaks, Tolti on a massive 4, which was by far a lot more than the rest of the other team. Offloads was Piakura, Willison, and Tolti. Tackles, Rogers on 32, with 1 miss, 2 ineffective, and Willison with 30, 1 miss, 1 ineffective. Mam actually tops the missed tackle with 4. He also has 2 errors. 100% kick defusal from the Tigers and 50% from us as we go into the second half. And with that, the Tigers kick off. Second half, first 20 minutes. Broncos under pressure straight away. We just come straight out.
We're back into it.
That's it. Jesse is not okay under the high ball, I've written again. Knowing what we know now, I believe Jesse went out there knowing that he was hurt, but they were hoping that he could push through potentially. Captain's challenge from the Tigers for a lost ball in front of the Broncos goalpost. Replay shows Xavier touches the ball, but my little rant here. Challenge was called 15 plus seconds after the ref blew his whistle. Enough time for the replay to get up on the fucking big screen for them to have a look. Surely, now it's successful. Surely Xavier didn't play at that ball, because it's very fucking hard to play at a ball when the defense has their back to you and you're trying to commit to a tackle. I don't know how you've seen it. Did you think it was a successful play at the ball? I could be wrong.
No, I've seen that be called, but the 25 seconds they let him wait to challenge it was the thing that annoyed the shit out of me. It's like, why? Like, and because on every other one they say, "Hurry up, you got to challenge your 10 seconds," blah blah blah, and then this one, everyone was like, "Oh, what's happening here?" Oh, they challenged it as if, like, even I think it was in the commentary even said, "Oh, they've challenged this."
Yeah,
So they did. God.
Anyway, after that, Buller sneaks through for a try, but comes back. The bunker ruled that Buller, who May, I think, takes out Renault.
Finu it was.
Yeah, Finu, that's right, Finu. So yeah, no try there. Footy gods, we'll put that down to footy gods. Broncos
Definitely.
at the end of the next set, they send a kick to Makasini. Mariner challenges hard on this one. And I believe that this is the start of the end of Makasini's confidence. Because he does start to go downhill a little bit. Staggs is just physical with Buller in a tackle, leaves the fullback a little sore. Buller, Chiruva, and Makasini seem to be carrying some sort of niggle, I've noticed. They're always getting up and limping and whatnot. Kevin Bukowski comes on. Congratulations, young man, for the debut. And immediately you can see what all the fuss is about.
Oh, straight away.
Just
it's like, what the fuck?
Like, nothing against Rogers. He knows he's not a 9. He put up a post today, new position unlocked, having a joke about it, sort of thing. But he was there to tackle and only tackle. We just needed someone to pass the ball from ruck and then someone to tackle, and that's all he was there. Cameron was there to be a hooker, and it was very evident straight away. Arthurs tries to spark something on a kick return, loses the ball, unfortunately, in contact. You can see the calf heavily strapped as he gets up as well. Terra May charges at the line. He's held up. Tigers starting to get frustrated with the defense of the Broncos. At the end of the set, the Tigers put in a scrappy kick. Okay, this is where I will have a bit of a rant at poor old Shibba. Old mate was 1 week too early on that comment last week on the socials.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Arthurs picks up this grubber, or kick, chip, whatever it was. It was gross. It was gross. But he picks it up, does well, gets out of the in-goal area, and gets absolutely fucking wrecked. Like, I think Appy grabs him around the waist. Herbert hits him over the top.
Yeah.
Someone said that it would look like a shoulder charge, and I replayed it a few times, and you could argue a case. But anyway, he got rolled.
Yeah.
Shibba takes the very next... Got out. He got out. Shibba takes the very next carry and just upright as a fucking 18-year-old on a fucking spring morning. And they just pick him up and just dump him and go, thanks, mate. Now, if I'm Jesse Arthurs, and I don't want to say that there is a strife within the camp, Shibba clearly hasn't been performing at the best. So some players are going to start to get sick of it. If I'm Jesse Arthurs, I've got a calf injury. I'm getting the fucking shit kicked out of me. Every single time I run the ball, touch the ball, making errors, I'm getting frustrated. And I look over and I see that effort from you after I just got creamed. I'm blowing up deluxe. Sort of thing. Like, what are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, this was the nail in the coffin for me for Shibba, where if we weren't like completely desperate to just field the team because of our bloody injury worries, I would have been hooking him, because exactly what you said. It's this play. This was all about determination and willingness to, help your teammates out. And it was possibly the worst run I've seen from him ever. Like, there was only one. As soon as you seen him, the position he was taking to run that ball, you're like, there's only one outcome here. You've got a set defensive line that's ready to kill you, and you're running up like you said, a honeymooner's dick. Like, standing straight up, and they just got under him and Nelly took him over the dead ball line. It's like, fuck me, mate. You got to be smarter than that. Get to the ground and give us a chance at least. And like you said, there has to be players there that are putting in the effort and playing through adversity, looking at that and going, come on, mate. You're the one non-injured player we have. Like, the other center's torn a fucking ligament off the bone in his foot, and he's still playing, and he wouldn't have done that. Like,
Unless he is carrying an injury and they don't want to let it out. Like,
exactly.
Anyway.
But he needs to get his criticism, I think.
Yep. So with that dropout, Renault goes for a towering short dropout. Bit of contests going on for that. We end up with it, but we are now 1 meter. We are back 1 meter off, but we do have the ball. Willison makes a good run, gets a break, gets a hand free. Cameron Buchwelski is in support, and what a fucking debut it would have been if he had a. I'm not. So Antonio Verhoeven, same thing. Put it down like he's just fresh. I know they play a lot of footy in reserve grade, but it's not first grade.
Yeah, exactly.
And he got that ball, and maybe whether it was he looked up a little bit too soon to see what his next move was going to be, or what, but he just put it down. But that would have been a hell of a story because I know Bullard may have got him, but you've got Mariner sniffing around. You've got Mam, there backing up, supporting him. Would have been a great little thing for that to be pulled off. 53rd minute that we're in, stats come up on the screen. Back to tackled in the opposition red zone, 31-4.
At this stage, it's almost like a badge of honor of how good our defense has been, because it's like 31 tackles in the red zone. That's 5 full sets.
Yep.
And you've held them out. So
just turning them away. Done. Just keep turning them away. But it can't last forever because Appy eventually scores. Now, after some sustained pressure, Samuela Fainu gets a hand loose, flicks a ball to Appy, close enough to the try line. He basically just dives over.
Yeah.
You can't defend that, right? Like that flick ball could have gone either way. It was a great bit of talent. It was a great bit of talent to get it to where he wanted it, but you can't blame any of our players for letting that happen. The speed that he was running at, they were just basically trying to survive to keep him up off the line. Bang, he gets it out. Appy goes over. Dewey converts 20-18. Tigers are back in the lead. What's your thoughts there, mate? Real quick on that one.
Yeah, it was almost inevitability, really, that they had to score with that much weight of possession. And like you said, it wasn't a poor miss. It wasn't a bad read. It was a great piece of play by Samuela to get that ball away. And Appy is Appy. He'd have to be the form hooker of the comp at the moment, wouldn't he? Have to be.
Well, between who are they? Him and Brayley.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's going to be interesting who they pick for New South Wales.
Yeah.
So I reckon Brayley. I don't think Robson's got it, only purely because he hasn't played enough.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. All right. So the set up to those points. Tigers gain about 55 metres and they kick. They do try to regather. Ref calls the knock on. Tigers challenge it. Again, it's the fucking weirdest challenge. But this time, and I've timed it, Thoroughbreds, this is why I'm saying that. I actually went back, listened to the ref, hit the timer. Then when he said, righto, challenge, I stopped it. This one was 16 plus seconds. I'd watched the replay on the screen. Then I heard the ref say, righto, we're going to challenge it. And I don't actually know why they did challenge this because the Broncos didn't touch it at all.
No, exactly.
So unless they were trying to challenge the fact that it was a knock on and they just, you kicked it and the kick would have went out.
Yeah.
Anyway, who knows?
It's a sign of frustration, I think.
Yeah. Challenge unsuccessful. And that comes into play later. Shibasaki disallowed try. Sorry, but we were robbed on this one. This was one that Ezra and Shiba got right, and it must be frustrating that they got it called back. Even Vossi said on the call, since 1908, that's gone more ways to being awarded than not. Great pass from Mam. Great take by Shiba. Had the hole, red, done, gone, all the way through. Mate, thoughts on that call?
It's hard when the passer of the ball is moving sideways and then ducks back.
Yeah.
As the other player's hitting such a hard line. Mate, like everyone said, that doesn't get called 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Just happened to be tonight. But anyway, yeah. The worst thing is if you went through it with a fine-tooth comb, it might have been an inch forward, but
yeah,
it's not a forward pass like the ones that you see at a dummy half 47 times a game that don't get picked up. You're like, what are we talking about here?
Unfortunately, in this bit of play as well, Jesse succumbs to that calf injury, and Hayes Perham makes his debut. So well done. I knew Hayes was with us, but he's been with us for 3 years, and he still hasn't debuted, which is wild. But he's had hamstrings and MCLs and ACLs and all sorts of shit. So good to see him back out there. And now we are into the back final 20 minutes of the game. Stags with a cheeky play at the ball when Luo tried to run it, forces the ball loose, but the Tigers don't have a challenge. And if they had a challenge that, they would have seen that Stags did get a little bit handsy.
Yeah.
But hey, Stags knows you don't have a challenge. So unless the ref can pick it up, you're high and dry, mate. Lots of Tigers sets ending with a kick that is pinning the Broncos close to the try line. So they are doing exactly what they need to do to close this game out.
Yeah.
That has to be a Luai instruction. Just get through our sets, kick to the corners, get up there, tackle them make 30 meters and have to kick it out sort of thing. 63rd minute, cheeky stat, run meters. 1,239 to the Tigers, 824 to the Broncos. Territory, it's still 70% Tigers, 30% to us. 2018.
Getting hammered.
Yeah. After a tough set trying to get out of their end, Renault kicks the ball just after the 10-meter line at the Broncos' end and belts it. Buller has to scramble. He ends up saving it. Renault was going for a 20-40 there, but he could have got a 20-20 the way that it was going.
Exactly.
It was gone.
It was sailing.
Madden is on as well. Some second phase play, plus the fact of him on is scaring me. I was like, here we go. This is like a Cody Nikorima-esque sort of stuff. But Reynolds' penalty goal after a routine kick from Renault, just to get the Broncos out of their set. Poor old Macassini drops it cold on the carry back, giving the Broncos a fresh set from 30 meters out off the Tigers line. Appy plays at Cameron Bukowski's arm in the ruck there. He blows up Deluxe, but there was a little rule change. I think you said there was a rule change, wasn't there?
I'm pretty sure there's been a rule change that you can't interfere with them in the ruck.
Yeah. So anyway, we get penalty. Renault opts for the 2, put the pressure straight back on them. We get that. Set after those points, the Broncos get through their tackles. Renault puts in another massive kick, and Macassini just drops it cold from the air. Scrum just over 10 meters out from the Tigers' line. I wouldn't say we get frustrated. I think Renault always had this up his sleeve, but we get through the set. He puts in a little kick on the 4th. We get it back. Ref says not played at, so we're on 5th tackle. Renault goes, fuck it, throws a field goal over. We are 1 in front. Thoughts on that, mate, real quick?
Yeah. How good's Adam Reynolds? Like, you're so confident when he's at the plate that he's going to nail these moments. And we have been criticizing him over the last couple of years about not icing these moments, but he's like, no, we're not going to fuck around here and put this dead or do anything silly. He's just going to knock it over. 1 point. Thank you very much.
Yep. So the set after points from that drop goal, on the second tackle, Mariner gets a line break. He's ankle tapped by Macassini. Settler run by Perham. Reynolds then gets the ball, spins it at the shibber. This is where everyone witnessed my little tantrum. Ball to ground. Shibber cleans that up, passes off to Karapani, but the ref calls it forward. We've all seen what I thought of that. That was a couple of things. A, I didn't realize it was forward, and I was like, of course they've fucking called it forward. B, it was sort of Shibber, like, it just seemed so right, and then it wasn't, so that was frustrating. But yeah, thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, once again, it's something that should not have been messed up.
Yeah.
In games on the line, we score this try, it's all over. We can, cruise home. All the hard work has been done, and we get to the last pass, and it was forward. Like, it was terribly forward. And the thing that sort of frustrates me the most, and this is the headspace that Shipper must be in, like, he's 8 meters from the try line.
Yeah.
Like, he had the defense pretty much split, dummy and go, and just what's the worst that could happen? We, die with the pill if you're not confident, because the ball was so forward,
Yeah.
and you're like, Jesus, mate, that's something we cannot mess up in a game like this. And the sinking feeling in me went, oh, this is the reason we lose this game. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
had that sort of Cowboys
Yep.
bullshit from last week sort of creeping up into the back of my throat, going, we're gonna fucking lose this too.
And don't get me wrong. Once I seen the replay, I knew it was forward.
In play, it didn't look. Yeah.
In the play, I was like, oh, we've iced it. No. Although and it must have been because Renault was so confident that it was going to come off. I thought that he would have gone for another field goal. Just wear him out. But anyway, where are we? So yeah, Broncos coming home with a bit of a wet sail. We did have a lot of energy. We are fit as fuck.
Yeah, we
in
are
the back end of these second halves. Mariner is hit high by an offside player. Professional foul, Simbin. I've written. The ref says it, mate. You've hit him high, plus you're offside. I'm like, well, then send the fucker off. Like,
this is Luai too.
Yeah, like you know what you're doing. Get off. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, I was
ridiculous,
getting really worked up at this point. Renault opts to kick high for Mariner, but the Tigers grab it and they get a 7 tackle set. And this is where I did actually think maybe he should have gone for another drop goal. Same result if he missed. They get a 7 tackle set. But I don't know. Maybe he just confidence in the outside backs there to bring it home. So, good on him. In the 7 tackle set, Stagg whips his hog out and barrels Macassini over the sideline. He's been wanting to do that all game. They got May, and now they got the other one, with a torn ligament in his foot as well. And at the end of that next set, Broncos, with some exciting play and attacking kick, end up forcing the Tigers to drop out. Game is done at this point. Broncos get tackled in the corner on the 5th on purpose when they do the comeback from that kick.
Yeah.
Tigers throw an intercept as well. We grab it. I think it's like 30 meters out. Dewey using the knees on Cameron sparks a bit of a tough. And I did think that was a bit odd. Shit.
A little bit
of
shit.
Dewey. Yeah. So anyway, game's done. We win. Happy days. Boy, oh boy, the injury list is just fucking sucking. Full-time score, 20-21. How good. What a win. Now we need to wait for the dust to settle on the injuries that we picked up. And then I've got written here, fuck being a Dogs fan, because the game while I was writing these notes was on at the same time. And I was just watching them just absolutely fucking shit the bed against the Eels.
Capitulate, yeah.
Man, oh man. Broncos 13 plus for next week, as the great Langtree would say. Mate, thoughts on the game in its entirety? What have you got for me?
Great game, great determination, and it's funny how all the Madge hate has just flitted off. It's just flitted off into the ether, hasn't it? Like, no one said a fucking word about.
No one's asking where Ben Teo is. No one.
Yeah,
nothing.
Exactly, nothing, because I think every man and his dog can see that the Broncos are trying their gut. They've got that baby Broncos from like the 90s and early 2000s mentality back again, where it's just like, whatever team we put out there, if we've got some senior players scattered in among them, they are going to do a fucking job, and you want to be on your best behavior to beat them. So I think, I think it was really, such a confidence building game for the players that have come in. Like, you're Josh Rogers, mate, and even Seymour didn't get to play, but he's around. He's definitely going to have to play next week.
Even for Hayes as well. Like, Hayes is going to have to play.
To get on there, like, it's just good to be in that environment where it's like, okay, we're not going to rest on our excuses that we don't have a Walsh, a Hunt, 19 of our hookers are hurt. Like, you know what I mean? We're not going to sit there and, man, Paddy's not playing. We're not going to sit there and whinge about it. We're just going to go out there and do a job. And that's what looks so good about them in this game, is that everyone that come on looked like it was simple and it was well explained to them what they had to do. run hard, tackle hard, support your mate. And yeah, I was so impressed with our and considering that like Shibba's he got one disallowed and then he butchered one. We nearly could have got away with beating these losers a fair bit with the team that we had. So, so really, really good signs for the club, I think, as a whole, mate, after this game. It sort of just lifts the mood. It's a 1-point game on a fucking Saturday at Campbelltown. But, like, in terms of the season, this could be one of the things we look at as like, no, this is what sort of built us as, a real threat again, because we've regrouped and we're going to have the next man up. I'm sure you feel the same.
Oh, 100%. And I like looking forward real quick. We got the Dogs coming up. Then we go Roosters away, Manly away, Warriors at Suncorp at Magic Round, so away. And then we get a bye after that, leading into a Dragons, into a Titans. Like, this game could potentially set us up to go through that origin period after the bye and just come out the other side. All of our troops are fresh, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know who plays Origin this year. Like, the way that it's going, like, Payne's going to miss game 1 at least.
Yeah.
I don't know about Reese. Paddy will be gone. But, yeah, like, Hayes is going to have to play fullback next week.
Yes.
And so I honestly think VJ will be our next debutant. We'll have Pakesy back. So it is going to be interesting to see what we do with that 14 role, whether we go back to 2 hookers.
Yeah.
And then I think Willison moves into the prop role left by Haas, and they put Tolte at 13. But I could see Jaden Hunt getting a nod to come in at 13 there as well and just do a job, be a job doer sort of things. Interesting times. Let us know, Thoroughbreds, in the comments what you think the team list will look like. Be bold, say it before Tuesday, and let's see how close we can get. We'll move on to our Hot Shot player of the game, brought to you by Hot Shot Fire Services. When it comes to protecting your businesses, you want a team that responds fast and gets the job done right. And that's exactly what you get with Hot Shot Fire Services. From fire equipment installation and servicing to compliance and safety checks, they make sure you're covered when it matters the most. Just like a clutch player stepping up in the big moments, Hot Shot Fire Services deliver when the pressure is on. All right. Taking out, at the time that I did this, he had 51% of the votes. Very, very tight. I think he's blown out a little bit to 55 now. But it is the first time, I believe, that the Hot Shots has actually been the same as the player of the game from the Broncos, and it is Xavier Willison. He went up against Stags, which was very close, obviously, and a huge shout out to Tolte. A lot of love for Tolte in the comments. I think he missed out on going to the vote off by, I think it was like one comment, basically. 72 minutes. He didn't get any tries, no points, no try assists, but he did run 16 times for 172 hard meters, 68 post contact, and 4 tackle breaks. 2 offloads, 54 tackles, fucking 54 tackles. Say it again. 3 missed, 2 ineffective for 91.53% tackle efficiency, 1 error, 0 handling, 0 penalties, and 1 ruck infringement. Congratulations, Xavier. It was a mammoth effort. You got anything to say about the big fella ringer?
Yeah, mate. Thank you, Hotshot Fire Services, for sponsoring this segment. But Big X just picking up where Paddy's not playing, and you think, who's going to do the shit work in the middle for us? Big X goes, I will. I'll make 54 tackles.
Yeah.
Against a pack of Terrell May, Sean Bloor, not Sean Bloor, Pole.
You got Hunt.
Alex Twal.
Royce.
No bloody...
the Fainu brothers.
KPP's out there on the edge.
Yep.
Like, they're no slackies, this forward pack. So, what a great... And it's well-deserved. Like, you could give probably 4 or 5 of them the nod, but I think Big X just sometimes the shit work needs to be done and it needs to be rewarded. So I'm glad X got it.
Yeah, it was Stags, X, Renault. Ricky got it. Ricky got a solid shout out. And Tulty were the main ones. So I do want to give a quick shout out to Jensen though. He had a fucking tough slog, old Jensen. But we'll get to them anyway. So the top performing players after that, Willison 54 tackles. Obviously, Appy had 47. Willison just all through these top stats, like 100. He had the most run meters. Carapani had most line breaks. Reynolds with 9 points. Willison again with the most post contact. Most runs was Willison and Carapani on 16. Willison with 2 offloads. Willison with 4 tackle breaks with Tulsi on 4 as well. And likewise on the other side, a name that just pops up everywhere was Terrell May. And he still won't get fucking picked for Origin, but hey, that's their own problem. We'll get into the stats for the outside backs, mate. Arthur's, Carapani, Stagg, Shibasaki, and Mariner. Arthur's played 56. All the rest played 80. Couple of tries amongst the lads. Carapani with the most runs, like I said, on 16. He managed to punch out 130 meters. Anything there that you can see? Stagg solid. 18 tackles, 82% efficiency. Loving that edge. What do you got?
Yeah, like it's solid. They did have to do a fair bit of work in getting us out of the shit. What's funny is we've been shitbagging Shibber all night, and he's got the most post contact meters by like a stretch. So
yeah,
we know it's there. We know it is there. We just wanted him to unlock like just a little bit of the effort and the form. But no, mate, the main thing I think that these fellas need to work on is this kick diffusal. I don't know whether it's a positioning thing or a hands or it's just the pressure that they're under. But if we can clean up a few of those kicks and give ourselves less time defending every time that a high ball goes up and we get a bit of pressure push on us, I think we're going to come out of it a hell of a lot better. There's a few errors there, but nothing stands out as terrible as stats wise. I just think of all of them, Shib is the one that we want to see a little bit more out of, I think, because everyone had a red hot crack. Like Carapani, Mariner, Katoni, you know that they're going to bloody die for the brand. So,
yeah. The only thing I can say there with Shibba, I know he got the post contact. There was a few moments there where he had like a clear breakaway, offloads and whatnot. So he kind of padded that a little bit, I guess. But in saying that, Arthur's had a calf injury, Staggs had a foot injury. Yeah. He is the next highest run meters. So Carapani and Mariner again are just stacking run meters above him.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then when you go over to the errors, 2 errors, 2 handling errors, 1 penalty, sort of thing. Like it's just that headspace that we didn't see last year from him. So hopefully he turns it around though. On to the halves, Mam, Reynolds, Rogers. I know what you're going to do here. I'll let you go with Rogers, mate.
I may complete. Josh Rogers, I think, might be my favourite player at the Broncos. I don't know why. That's it. I just love his work ethic and how he sort of gets about things. He's such a big body for someone that's a half. Like, he did not at one time look uncomfortable defending in the middle there.
Yeah.
He's obviously fit as a fiddle because you only got to look at his tackle efficiency, 94% over 44 tackles. It's unbelievable. Like, and to wear all of that onslaught and to solid up that middle, like along with him and Willison, it's and he's a 5'8".
Yeah.
Like, so that's the thing that's more impressive. And like I said in the group chat, I want him to have a contract forever because he can just, you're not going to play overs for him. Not many people are going to be coming knock on the door to take him away from us, but he can be in our top 30 because now we know if someone goes down, okay, bring Joshy and he'll do a fucking job for us. So I love him. I reckon he's great.
I'd love to see, like, touch wood, it doesn't happen. But if he come in for actual his position of 5'8", just to show everyone what he can do, like I do rate him. Between him and Willison, I nearly punched out 100 tackles. So
it's ridiculous.
Mammoth effort there. Mam, a little bit, obviously with the defense, like we said, 57%, 12 tackles, 6 missed, 3 ineffective.
Yeah.
You know, something's got to go on there. Otherwise, you know, out of the halves, like Renault, it was good to see Renault didn't run as much.
Yeah.
Like, it's good that this is what you need to do. You're just kicking and you're controlling. Am took that on, 13 runs, 108 meters, 29 post contact. That's a fair, like 13 runs for a half, I think is pretty good. 5'8", sorry. Other than that, nothing really going on there. The engine room, Jensen, Haas, Piakura, Ricky, Willison. I mean, we already read out Willison's stuff, so, but, you know, Haas before he went down, 1 missed tackle, 22 tackles, mental sort of stuff, nearly a clean sheet of errors. He just had that 1 inside 10. Anything you can pick out there, mate?
One handling error amongst all the run-on forwards for the game is fucking ridiculous. Like, that's so good. And the tackle efficiencies were way up. The engine room really, really provided a platform for us here. They stopped the tries that they needed to stop. Nothing went through the middle of us. And, you know, everyone made some meters. I'm so impressed with them. So,
Yep.
In a game, especially when we're on the back foot constantly, like, for our big boys not to capitulate and let Buller and Luai and all these, you know, good footwork players happy go straight through the guts of us when we're tired is a real credit to what we were doing in the middle and the determination we were showing to keep him out.
Onto the bench now, and we will have to give flowers here. 2 things I want to point out. Jack Goz, 93% tackle efficiency, 27 tackles, 1 miss, 1 ineffective, 0 errors, and a clean sheet. The only person who made an error on the bench, or from the bench, sorry, was Cameron Busquelski, and that was that drop ball from Willison.
Yeah, the offload, yep.
Clean sheet otherwise. And that is, in a game like that, is what you need from your bench players. Anything else there, mate, for you?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, we've already given Benny his glazing, like your burner account. But I agree. Jack Goz needs to be given his credit where credit is due here. And I think we've found out where we need to play in. Like, when we need to, if Pikura needs a break for some reason, Willison goes out, not Jack Goz. Jack Goz plays in the middle because when he doesn't have to make decisions, he seems a lot more comfortable just trucking nut and tackling what's in front of him, staying tight with his defending teammates. He looked like a different player. I'm really happy with how Jack went, and I think we've found what his role is for us now, is stick him in the middle, stand him up beside the hookers and just let him tackle. And, you know, because one thing about him, he's not an effective, he's pretty effective, but I mean, he's not the most effective ball runner. Like, he's not intimidating like a Talty or a Willison or, you know, a big, scary body. He's not that big. But, God, he'll put his hand up and have a red-hot dig. So, got to admire the kid. And the chicken man, you know, he's back. He's back. Put him in the middle.
Thank God, too. Fuck, we need him.
Thank God. Fuck, we need some middles.
Bro.
We need some everyone's, actually.
Yeah. Carapani, no, Stags and Mariner are the only players that have played every minute of every game so far this season. What else we got? That was our, what are we now? 4 wins, 3 losses. That was our second 1-12 win. So we've evened up that now. We are sitting -5 in the for and against, and we are sitting 9th overall with the Dogs in 10th. So
the irony of beating the Tigers to get to 9th does not escape us.
Yeah, love that. Love that. All right. it is time for the Gronk.
Won't be as chipper this week, will he?
Yeah, I know. But we'll see what he says. We'll see what he's got to say for himself after he put us to the sword and then they didn't seem to get out of bed.
Boys, I bet you probably thought that I was going to come on here fucking guns a-blazing, ready to rip my team a new arsehole for that effort, if you can call it that we dished up on Thursday night. But, quite the contrary, I was never more sure of anything in my life. When I looked at the weather conditions for a start, it was a bit wet. I was thinking, these cunts aren't going to fucking aim up and hold the ball for 80 minutes to beat Manly. Even when they dusted Tommy in the first 10 minutes, it was like, made no fucking difference. You had your opportunity. Their best player and captain was out of the game and just proceed to do the same shit. Drop the ball, drop the ball, drop the ball. So yeah, I'm actually proud of the boys because they've actually illustrated that this is the norm and the winning was the exception. So Toddy's still fucking under a heap of pressure in my eyes. And they got to turn it around because otherwise I'll go down to Cronulla next weekend and get absolutely fisted by Nico in his wet hair. And just quickly on news, incredible victory. I wish my club was like that. Just fucking when the chips are down, you just knuckle down and hook in for your mate. All except for Shibba, but well done. Credit where credit's due. Bye.
Fucking Shibba's just copping it this episode.
Yeah.
Fuck, I feel bad, eh? But no, you do wish that you were like us, Gronk. I think 16 other teams do wish that you were like us, mate.
Yeah, that's been true since about 1995, I think.
Too bad you couldn't get the fucking dropsies 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Jesus Christ.
Couldn't swap the efforts around? Let us pump you last week and then you could have pumped Manly this week.
Yeah.
No.
I would have celebrated that.
Mate, definite alarm bells are ringing for Peyton, isn't they? Like, they had a couple of good games and then to just drop into a heap like that.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like,
no.
I was actually excited for the game. I
thought it was going to be a cracker. I thought it was going to be a shootout.
Yep. And then it just went to shit in a fucking rowboat real quick. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how they go up against Nico. He was on the Matty John show tonight. Always enjoy seeing Nico getting around. Always enjoy when he's playing well too. But
yes,
I just can't.
No one needs his mental health more looked after than Nico, and like no one's got more support. I don't reckon anyone hates Nico Hines.
Nah,
he just seems like such a chill, nice dude.
Yep, 100%. All right, we'll move on then to the look ahead real quick here. Round 7, fucking this injury list, mate, is just. Have I forgotten anybody? We'll go through it.
We'll go through it.
Billy Walters, round 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Grant Anderson, round 14 or 16. Deloise Hoyter, round 15. Ben Hunt, round 14. Now, Payne Haas, round 13, so could come back against the Dragons after the bye. But it could also be a few more weeks after that. Blake Moser, same round against the Dragons there. Whether or not he comes into the side, I don't know.
Yep.
Reece Walsh, round 11, so just before the bye. Ublex Tafar, round 10. Then I've got Katoni Staggs. I've got it unknown here because I'm not too sure. I have left somebody off only because they got through the game. Jordan Ricky.
Okay.
He's got the plantar fasciitis. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And then Jesse Arthurs as well with that calf injury. So 11 players. Fucking hell. We're
getting closer to fielding that, like a 13-man squad that's not playing. That would be great.
Yep. Unfortunately, Carrigan still has one more game to go. So there's your 12th player. And then Piakora surely goes an early guilty plea and does not try to fight that. Real quick, just on your thoughts, mate. Sewer. only getting 3 games as a minimum. Thoughts on that? After we've
Ridiculous.
tried so hard to get the shoulder charge out of the game.
That was one of the most ridiculous, awful head high shot. Like, we're very lucky we didn't lose Cam Murray for weeks, if not longer there. Like, he could have wrecked him. Like, it was, talk about careless. And
Yeah.
the fact that Paddy's got 2 and then this one got 3, it's like, oh, it's just a little bit worse than Paddy's. It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was expecting a minimum of 4. I was thinking 4 to 6 was like the range that he was going to cop. For 3, who's his lawyer? Because maybe they just felt really sorry for the Dragons. They're like, ugh, poor losers.
My hot take is that he did it on purpose so he didn't have to fucking get named.
He doesn't want to play.
him and bloody Val. Let me have a look.
Both.
I got 70 responses on the poll on Instagram about how many weeks they think, and 41% is 4 games. Yeah. So the majority, the least percent was 2 games, and then it went 6 games, and then there was 19% for 8 games.
Okay. Yeah, so the majority was north of 4.
Yeah.
4 and north.
Yeah. So crazy, crazy stuff. Really not sure what world we're living in. Okay, upcoming game preview. We take on the Bulldogs at Suncorp Stadium on Friday, 8 o'clock kickoff. They have a 5-day turnaround to try and sort out whatever the fuck they just dished up against the Eels. And we get 6 days to try and figure out what team we're going to use. We've played them 50 times. We've drawn 1. We have won 30, so 6%. Bulldogs have won 19 at 38%. We're sitting 9th on the ladder. They're sitting 10th. We've got 4 from 7. They've got 3 from 5. That's not right. 3 from 6, which is 50%. Now, I didn't get the odds quick enough this week, so I didn't have a before and everything. But we were $1.71 after our game. On Saturday, that and I can tell you right now from memory that shortened up a fuckload, because you got to remember the Bulldogs, the last time they played at that point was against the Panthers and they beat them. Yeah. So we were pretty rank, but yeah, $1.71 for us head to head with the Bulldogs at $2.14. After today, after all the games are finished, we are now $1.79 on account of injuries, and they have gone down to $2.07. I'm going to say that that's purely injury-based betting. 13 plus, if you're looking for a bit of a gamble, $3.60 for the Broncos, $4.40 for the Bulldogs. 1 to 12, bit more value here, $3.05 for the Broncos and $3.20 for the Bulldogs. Beware of that. Dogs really, like the Dogs have the Raiders and the Panthers, but then they've lost to the Knights, Rabbits, and Eels. You could not find a more opposite.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing?
But anyway, last time we faced them, round 18, made a call. It was 18-22, 4 tries to 3 with us the victors. And that's it, mate. Best bets we've covered. We got a Latrell, we got a Matt Duffy, we got a James Tedesco, and we got an AKP. Anytime try scorer to give us a $10.78 multi with a $9.28 stake for a $100.04 return. Thoroughbreds, make sure that you've commented on this and make sure you're a subscriber to get into that draw.
$70 fuel voucher at this time. Thank you very much.
$70 fuel voucher for sure. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the episode, on anything we've talked about here. That's all from us. We've taken up far too much of your time again. We really appreciate you listening in. Who's got the shittest take? Who do you agree with? Comment away, chat away, head over to the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads. Love the engagement that we're getting over there. We're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. It's the main ones. You can obviously find us elsewhere as well. A like on our post costs you nothing. A comment gives you motivation. Sharing our content introduces the page to others, and hitting the favorite button helps us with engagement. Get your voicemails in, get your tips in, shore up your Supercoach team. Bet responsibly, bet for fun and not for the rent. Keep pushing through, keep the black dog at arm's length. Be a contributor to society. Take those breaks for yourself when you need them, if you need them. And remember, you matter, and that's all that matters. Take it easy, and we will see you after the Dogs game.
See you later, Thoroughbreds. Let's get ready for Team List Tuesday. It's going to be very interesting.
Sweating bullets already.
Sweating bullets.
A gas bait! You ball this gate!